Welcome, SCZ, to Terror Tales TV. Some buildings are just buildings. Others are monuments to human suffering, etched into stone and echoing with the cries of the tormented. This is the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in Weston, West Virginia. A colossal Gothic fortress built with grand intentions, but destined to become a living hell for thousands. A place where sanity was lost, humanity forgotten, and where the spirits of the dead still scream their silent agony. This is its terrifying story. Conceived in the mid-19th century, the asylum was a pioneering vision. Designed by architect Richard Andrews, its majestic Gothic revival style was meant to inspire hope, not dread. Construction began in 1858, a monumental undertaking that continued even through the Civil War, using convict and slave labor. It officially opened in 1864, a beacon of progress. Its original mission was noble, a therapeutic environment following the Kirkbride Plan, where light, fresh air, and moral treatment would gently guide the mentally ill back to wellness. But grand intentions soon crumbled under harsh realities. Designed for 250 patients, its population exploded. By the 1930s, over 2,400 souls were crammed into its vast halls. Overpopulation, understaffing, and underfunding created a terrifying descent into chaos. The promise of care became a sentence of unimaginable torment. As the 20th century dawned, the asylum's methods grew increasingly brutal. The therapeutic ideal was replaced by barbaric practices designed for control, not cure. Lobotomies, electroshock therapy, and crude hydrotherapy became commonplace. Patients were isolated, often restrained for weeks or months, subjected to treatments we now consider medieval torture. Many patients were simply deemed undesirable by society. Orphans, women suffering from postpartum depression, the elderly, even individuals with developmental disabilities. They were thrown into this pit. Death was a constant companion. From disease to accidents to outright neglect, thousands perished within these walls. Their anguish permeated every stone, every brick. The sheer volume of misery here created a powerful psychic imprint, a darkness that refused to dissipate even after the living left. One of the most active and oppressive areas is the Civil War section, originally used as a munitions depot. The energy here feels different, more raw, more violent. It housed mentally ill Civil War soldiers, many suffering from what we now call PTSD. Men broken by battle, now broken by institutionalization, trapped in endless mental warfare. Paranormal investigators often record growls, angry male voices, and heavy footsteps echoing through these confined spaces. The residual trauma here is palpable. Visitors report being physically pushed or touched, sensing an overwhelming feeling of despair and anger. The spirits here are not merely echoes, they are forces. The sheer weight of their confinement, their helplessness, clings to the very air, forever trapped within these dungeon-like walls. Perhaps the most heartbreaking section is the children's ward. Innocence corrupted, lives barely begun, extinguished within these unforgiving walls. Children were admitted for everything from epilepsy to stubbornness. Many died here, alone, far from any comfort. Today, it's a playground for the dead. Visitors report dolls moving on their own, the sound of phantom giggling and objects being thrown by unseen hands. One of the most active spirits is believed to be Lily, a little girl who died in the asylum. She is said to be playful, but can also... The sheer innocence of these young victims makes their eternal confinement here all the more agonizing. They simply wanted to play. Wards hold a different yet equally profound despair. Women confined for social nonconformity, their identities stripped away. The female wards hold a different yet equally profound despair. Women confined for social... Here, procedures like electroshock therapy and lobotomies were performed with shocking regularity, often without. Guests report disembodied female voices, soft sobbing, and a pervasive feeling of sadness. It's the energy of shattered spirits, forever confused, forever lost. The specter of Rebecca, a nurse who allegedly still tends to her patients, is also a common sighting, her presence often accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature. The sheer psychological trauma inflicted upon these women created an enduring psychic scar on the very fabric of the building, a permanent echo of their torment. The asylum finally closed its doors in 1994, a century and a half after its hopeful beginning. But the abandonment did not bring peace. Instead, the building's isolation seemed to amplify the existing paranormal activity, making it a mecca for ghost hunters worldwide. Countless voices, interactions, and full-bodied apparitions have been documented. This isn't just residual energy. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum stands as a chilling reminder of a darker age of mental health treatment, a place where the suffering never truly ended. Thousands perished here, thousands were forgotten, and their eternal agony echoes through this stone fortress, a perpetual symphony of despair. Did the screams of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum send a chill down your spine? Which